Hyello. This is the bathroom closet that I am tackling today. In case you can't get a very good idea of what it encompasses, it's just this simple. There's going to be some framing, the first shelf decently high off the ground, then one a little bit less high up, and so on and so forth until there are 5 levels. However, each of these levels are maintained by multiple wood pieces for each level. Then a poorly drawn door with a line for a mirror, and finally, a knob. Oh, and a little laundry basket at the bottom. I mentioned that each of these dividers are made from multiple pieces of wood, so the first thing to do is remove them. I get by with little help from my tool friends. Since this closet will be getting painted from top to bottom, not including the floor, yet, the best choice would have been to fill in any gaps or edges with caulking or spackle first, and then TSP, but I did a little backwards. Learn from my mistakes. But this is a long haul of me TSPing and then wiping it all down. And just a little anecdote, if you didn't know, or a reminder if you did, TSP is a cleaning agent, yes, but it's also a dissolvent of pretty much everything. It is meant to degrease a surface, but also to aggressively clean. You'll also notice I have my hair not only up, but completely away from my face, even put up the little clip because I'm not taking any chances, especially with skin and hair that absorbs so much of its environment. This was a regular scrubber to start. So always be sure to wear gloves and proper protective equipment. You do not want this getting into your body. After about 4 uses of TSP, my latex gloves visibly tear and rip apart with literally no effort on my part, so just be wary. Even my head towel is trying to jump ship and abort mission. And when I wipe down with fresh water, I never use the same cloth twice. Now it's time for the spackle. I tend to use my fingers and my hands when I'm handling this, as I find it's just easier to work with, easier to feel out any rougher edges prior to sanding, which is what I'm going to be doing next. And let it dry for 24 hours. This is a very confined space, so I'm going to be wearing a mask and safety goggles just in case. Here we go! It's sanding time! Did I hold that for too long? Yikes. And then we prime. Did you guys want to see the entire process of me just putting primer on here? Probably not. But are you gonna watch it? Honestly, probably not still. If you guys just want to, use this time to meditate, maybe plan out what you're having for dinner, maybe go online and buy the thing that you have been kind of off and on about getting, but you decide to get anyways, or just watch me paint and prime these walls. Your choice. Once the primer is dried down, I'm putting 2 coats of white over top, obviously waiting for each one to dry in between. And remember those pieces of wood that I took out? I've been doing the same thing to them. They did need a little bit more elbow grease and love though. I made sure when both painting and priming that I got every single edge, back and front. And then I put them back in, which was a situation all on its own. I definitely suffered. Don't you worry. This is a wooden closet in a wooden house, and along with being a wooden closet in a wooden house, wood tends to expand and contract. And along with that, if something has previously fit in one place, very snug, it may not fit again because the wood has contorted itself, both the thing that you're putting into the placement and the placement in itself. Isn't she a beauty? So clean, so white. The last painting portion of this is for the mirror. I'm not painting it white, but all of the hardware in the bathroom is either already silver or it will be silver when everything is finished and all said and done. And we wanted this to be no different. So I taped off the inner edges, wipe the perimeter down with the rubbing alcohol to prep it for painting. I'm going in with a silver enamel paint. You may recognize this if you saw me putting together a certain book table. And to seal it, I'm using a glossy spray sealer and a scrap piece of paper to ensure none of it, or very little, gets on the actual mirror itself, and went to town with that. When dry, I took the tape off and used some more rubbing alcohol alongside with a Q-tip to wipe away any that may have snuck under the edges. And then Windexed it down. Now, I truly had my go at putting this up by myself, but in time, I realized that this was not a project to tackle with only 2 hands, so I asked for some extra hands. That sounds weird. And they obliged. But I will say, I attempted it for myself, and by myself, for quite some time. I measured twice, even 3 times. I used power tools, I used my brain, and I still came up short. So never be afraid to ask for help if it's, available. And I won't bore you with all the footage from that, but I did film it. Ow! So here are the highlights of my struggle. Enjoy. You guys can't even see the mark, but eat these. IKEA. Oh, that's why you can't see it. Oh. This was actually the moment I found out that it was a hollow door. Oh, fuck. Jesus Christ. Okay. Young Sarah, so full of life and hope and, just thinking that it would work out for her in the end. Boy, was she ever wrong. What the fuck? What the fuck?
Okay, that looks pretty centered to me. Take the plastic piece and put it in place. Put a screw in it and use that as your guide to where you're going to drill your hole.
Okay.
Okay, so get it in place and run the drill bit through the middle of it.
Oh, alright.
Okay, then put the screw in. Let's get her done. The reason why you use a hand manually put them in with a hollow door is because you don't want to strip through too big a bit in it. What's that?
Like it's...
Get to the level. What do you think?
Yeah. And here we go. This is the finished product, excuse me, in the bathrobe, but I practically live in it, so it's not going away anytime soon. This thing looks so unbelievably crisp and clean, and it's just so insane to me how a few coats of paint and a slight mirror upcycle can just make a space. But anyways, that is it for today's video, and I do hope you guys enjoy it, and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys!